As always, welcome in the source codes. Hello, beautiful souls. How are you feeling? How are you doing? It is July 31st, last day of this month. Sort of say. Depends on which calendar you go by. Living in coherence and taking radical responsibility for your reality. This is our message today. My left ear just went off the chain. Woohoo! Download, upload, activation, confirmation. Your ears are probably ringing a lot more. That can mean many things. They say ringing in the ears more. It's not ringing. It's not like ding dong. It's not bells. It's frequency. It's tuning. It's like a high-pitched tuning. Like you're taking it and just dialing it up, and it's at different frequencies. Sometimes it's both, one or the other. That's fine, okay? So it's time for you to step into living in coherence and taking radical responsibility for your reality. This is not blame. This is agency. We're not blaming anyone. We're not playing victim. We're taking radical responsibility. This is agency. Living key codex of coherence. Coherence is when your thoughts, emotions, words, and actions and your values begin moving in the same direction. Throat chakra clearing. Moving in the same direction, right? It is the opposite. Coherence is the opposite of inner conflict. We all know what that inner conflict is. The ego mind loves the inner conflict. So imagine a river, and when the water flows freely, it creates energy. We want to be like the river. We also want to be like the leaf and the twig on the shoulder of the mighty river. So you want to be both. You want to be the river, and you want to be the leaf and the twig on the shoulder of the mighty river. When water flows freely, it creates energy. When you flow freely, you create abundant energy because you are frequency and energy. All right? When the river is blocked, all right, turbulence appears, stagnation appears, there becomes stagnancy in the body, all right? Turbulence appears in the body, in the field. The same is true with us, right? And many people aren't exhausted because they're doing too much, so to say. They're exhausted because they're living in contraction. They're living in fight or flight. They've spent lifetimes after lifetimes living in fight or flight. Do you imagine how exhausting this is? A lot of you are going through a huge nervous system healing. Like you are learning to rest more, be still more, breathe more, get quiet, slow down. This is helping you heal your nervous system. You can't go into what's coming next. You can't activate fully what's coming next until you heal and nourish your nervous system, your physical body, your mental body, emotional body, your causal body, all your energetic body, all the layers of you. All right? Because you're living in contraction. So now we're working into stepping into full heart coherence. So your heart says one thing, but your mind is saying another, okay? Your words say something else, and then your actions follow another path. We know people like this. Maybe you've done this. We've all done this. Like you say one thing, you do the different thing, and you behave one way. Like, I'm all this good person, but you act like an asshole. You say bad things about other people. That's not living in coherence. Coherence is a gentle process of bringing all parts back into alignment. Okay? Radical responsibility is this phrase. This phrase can be very misunderstood. I say take radical responsibility. If you say something, and we're human, and you came out and it didn't land, you like, maybe I could have approached that differently. You kind of take back a higher perspective. You're like, all right, I'm going to take radical responsibility. I'm going to apologize for that. But again, you're not apologizing. You're taking radical responsibility. All right, and this phrase can be very misunderstood. It doesn't mean you're responsible for every illness. You're not responsible for every tragedy. You're not responsible for everything that's happening to you. That does not what that means. Instead, radical responsibility is allowing you and is asking you, and given what has happened, how will I respond? So again, like I said, let's say you have an argument. And you step back and you have pause and you reflect a little bit on that, and you're like, well, I could have handled that a little better. And you step in, or the other person steps in, and you take radical responsibility and apologize and say, I could have handled that. So that's taking responsibility for your actions and just allowing it to sit. Okay? I've had experiences where a lot of people do not and have not taken radical responsibility for their actions, their words, and their behaviors towards me. But I've had to surrender and let that go, because remember, that is on them. If I was involved, I apologize for my part. And then it's up for them to step up and say, okay, I could have handled this differently. Whatever. It's again, having these adult, open conversations, okay? So it is shifting our attention for what we cannot control. Okay, so radical responsibility shifts our attention from what we cannot control to what can we influence, okay? So you are living creator consciousness. You are living creator consciousness. So again, you can look at what radical responsibility is. You can look at what coherence is, because we're all stepping into this mind-heart coherence. We are living from the heart. We're not thinking with our mind and ego. We're not trying to figure it out. We're living from love, from the heart, from coherence. 544. So let's activate. Say, today I choose coherence. The more you become still and aware, you learn to respond or react less. You respond when necessary, or you just completely disengage and non-react. There's like no response. And you're like, all right, they're going to behave that way. That's on them. They'll change when they're ready. Whatever. It's none of my business if they're behaving that way. Now, again, if someone is like verbally like attacking, then you'll need to respond appropriately, not react. There is a difference between respond and react, okay? And it's coming from a place of awareness. So today I choose coherence, and today I release the need to live divided. I release the need to live divided. A lot of throat chakra stuff clearing. I bring my thoughts into harmony with my heart. I bring my thoughts into harmony with my heart. And I bring my actions into harmony with my values. I cannot control everything or everyone that is happening around me. All right? But I can choose how I meet these moments. I honor my feelings without becoming them. I honor my feelings without becoming them. Okay? I take responsibility for my choices, my healing, and the way I show up in this world. So how are you showing up in your reality? With every conscious breath, I become more aligned. Hopefully you're still breathing. Okay? I become more authentic. I become more passionate, compassionate. I become more authentic. I become more compassionate, and I become more present, and I become more whole. I remember. The greatest transformation begins within. We keep telling you, it's not outside of you. The biggest, greatest transformation that is taking place right now is within. And by us doing this inside work, this work from within, this is how we are shifting into and back to the organic golden timeline. Because you are doing this work. Okay? You're transforming, literally, at a subatomic molecular genetic level, literally metamorphosizing into a completely different species, and we are the bridge species right now. So that's the greatest transformation, is from within. Okay? And from there is a place of coherence, peace, grace, awareness, spaciousness. My life becomes a living expression of love. Say that. My life is becoming a living expression of love. And remember, you are not your feelings. You are not your feelings. You are the awareness that witnesses them. You are not your feelings. You are the awareness that is witnessing them. We'll leave it there. We love you. Bye.